the entire time today.
Oh, okay.
So there's no getting up or down. If you have a bench or like a stability ball and you want to bring it up a notch, you can use something like that. So I'm going to be using my bench today. But if you have a bench or a ball or anything like that, feel free to use it. So I will go ahead and mute everybody and I'll tell you what we're doing.
Alrighty.
I forgot to set my timer too. Whoops. All right, so we have 4 strength exercises. We're going to do each one 4 times. So we'll take a nice little break in between. So with our strength, obviously if you have shoulder issues, back issues, you go light. But with our strength, you want to try to go a little bit heavier. I'm going to use light weights just to show everybody. And now is the time to start buying weights. I had sent out a link a couple of weeks ago, and when I went to check yesterday, they were already on back order. So, to be delivered by the end of the month, but still. Okay. So you'll be on the floor. You want to make sure that you do that pelvic tilt so your back is super glued to the mat. We're going to start with chest presses. So the elbows are going to come down about a 45-degree. So you're making little arrow shapes with your elbows. Weights come down right beside the chest. Obviously, if you're on the floor, it's going to stop you. So to make it a little bit harder, if you don't have a bench, you can come up into a bridge. That'll give you a little bit more of range of motion. And then we're going to do a pullover. So if you have really light weights, you can use 2 weights. If you have heavier weights, you can use 1. But the weight's going to be right over your chest. Again, keeping that back nice and flat on the floor, pulling straight overhead and back to center. So just as far as it feels comfortable for you, if your shoulders are tight, you might feel this more in your shoulders, but this should be working your back. And then we'll do a chest fly. So fingers face each other. You're going to have slight bend in the elbow, so you're tracing that rainbow, and then really squeeze, 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 squeeze to come together. And then we have an around the world. So an around the world is kind of a combination of the 2 things that we're doing, the pullovers and the chest flies. So you're going to come slightly overhead and make a big circle. If this bothers your shoulders at all, you can always switch this to a bicep curl. So you can stand up and you can do a bicep curl or any other upper body exercise that feels comfortable for you. Then we'll take a little break, and then we'll be moving it to the floor for some core, but I'll explain the core work when we get there. Any questions? And if you don't have weights at home, you can always use a heavy object. A lot of these will work well with laundry detergent bottles, water bottles, all that other good stuff. So we'll be working for 45 seconds, but having 45 seconds of rest as well. All right, so if you have music, go ahead and play it, and then we'll start warming up. So give me some big arm circles. Of course, I set my whole setup, and then now I don't have room to warm up. And other direction. And a little step and a reach here. So towards the end of this month, Zoom is going to require a waiting room. So if you happen to log on past the start time, you may not get let in, just FYI. kick to the butt. Oops, yep, nope, there's a bench in the way. This is making for a perfect recording. So everyone at home is gonna be like, what the heck is she doing? Just getting the body nice and warm. Let's bring those knees up. And let's squat it out. Couple squats here. Let's warm up the spine with a couple of twists, rotate and pivot the feet. All right, shake it out. So go ahead, get ready, get onto the floor. So the first one is chest presses. So wait for you ladies to get ready. All right, so, all right, everybody ready? I have a frog in my throat. All right, so grab your weights, on your marks, get set. Here we go. So make sure your back is nice and flat on the floor. Always start with the arms up. Make that little 45-degree angle with the elbows and pushing straight up. So when you push, imagining you're pushing something off of you and your shoulder blades come off the floor or close to off the floor. That's going to ensure that you're activating your pectoral muscle, which is what we're aiming for. Good, we have 5 seconds. 2 and 1, and rest. So nice 45-second rest here. There's really no easy way to rest with weights. You can sit up if you'd like. All right, so the first one is always the easiest. We always do a long break in between our strength exercises to help our muscles rest in between. All right, we get 13 seconds of rest. So the first one's never so bad. All right, get ready. 2, 1, here we go. So if you're using heavier weights, your rep range should be anywhere between 8 to 10 reps, or 8 to 12. If you're using lighter weights, you're going to be more in the muscular endurance, so you might find yourself doing 15, maybe more. And that's when you realize you need heavier weights. We got 15 seconds. And I did kind of make the rest a little bit too long. We might shorten that for the next ones. 3, 2, 1. And rest. Sometimes my brain doesn't work in the morning. I should have made that a 20-second rest, but that's okay. We'll get extra long rest. All right, we're going in 20. You can't fast forward the timer. All right, so get ready. We can even start a little earlier. All right, we're going in 10. All right, if you'd like to start earlier, we can go ahead and start. So we got 3, 2, 1, here we go. Especially if you're doing these off the floor, you have limited range of motion. So you really want to concentrate on pushing up nice and slow. To make it even harder, slow down the movement for 4 counts down, 4 counts up, or 3 counts down, 3 counts up. So you're going nice and slow. We have 10 seconds. Let's really slow down the motion. It's called time under tension. 2 and 1. You can do a couple extra reps here if you're feeling fresh. Otherwise, we're resting. We have 1 more. All right, get ready. All right, you can start now if you'd like. Otherwise, if you feel like you need the rest, go ahead and continue resting. I'll adjust the timer for the next one. All right, here we go. So nice and slow and controlled. Really challenge yourself in your last one. You got it, ladies. Nice work. Almost there, 10 seconds. Two, 1, and rest. So shake out those arms. All right, so our next one is the pullover. So I'll show you one more time. So either with 1 or 2 weights, depending on the, your level and the size weights that you have. So arms are nice and straight. Really super glue that back to the floor. You're going to pull slightly overhead. And concentrate on using your back muscles, so right behind your shoulder. So your shoulder blades should be doing all the work. All right, get ready. All right, here we go. So that back is nice and flat on the floor. Arms are straight over the chest. Pull slightly overhead. And really concentrate on nice and slowly coming back to center. So slow and methodical movements is always best. The tendency here when the weight comes overhead is your rib cage is going to want to come off, is want to kind of come up, which makes your back come up. Try to keep that rib cage tucked under. You have 7 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. 15 seconds of rest this time. Shake out those arms if you need to. All right, we're going in 5, get ready. All right, here we go. It's also a great opportunity to practice that pelvic tilt. We talk about that pelvic tilt a lot. That's going to protect your back. It's going to actually make your core stronger. So you're using your core with this exercise too. So it's working multiple things in the body. We got it. Make sure you're breathing. Exhale when that weight comes back up. So inhale overhead, exhale back to the chest. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. We have 2 more, just like that. All right, get ready, going in 3. Here we go. Inhale as the weight comes down, exhale back to chest, or back to center, I should say. Really concentrate on your upper back muscles working. Nice job, we're more than halfway. You guys got it. Looking good. 10 seconds. 2 and 1. We have 1 more. All right, last one's coming up. Get ready. All right, here we go. Especially in the last one, your rib cage might want to come up. You really need to control the rib cage. Imagine that you have a string that's attached from your belly button to your bottom rib and you can't separate it. Nice, we're more than halfway. You got it. Last 10 seconds right here. 2, 1, and rest. Nice long rest here. Let's grab some water if you need it. And stretch out the shoulders if you need to. So our next one is a chest fly. So I will demo one more time. So again, back is super glued to the floor, fingertips face each other. Have a slight bend in the arms, and really squeeze, 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 squeeze. So go nice and slow, let the chest do the work. All right, so get ready. Move some stuff away. All right, so on your marks, get set. Here we go. Again, if you don't have weights at home, anything that you can use for resistance will work. Water bottles would be great here. So slight bend in the arms. Again, watch the rib cage. Your ribs are going to want to pop up. Make sure that your back is nice and flat on the floor. You have 15 seconds. I'm going to take a little peek at you. Good, nice job. And rest. All right, we got 3 more, just like that. All right, get ready. All right, here we go. So really concentrate on that squeezing. Make sure your elbows aren't too far bent. especially when you're on the floor. If your arms are hitting the floor, if your elbow hits the floor, your arms are bent a little too much. You also don't want to lock your elbow. You got 13 seconds. Last 5, right here. And rest. 2 to go. Your arms are gonna thank you. All right, we're going in 3. Get ready. All right, here we go. It's nice, slow and controlled. Nice job, ladies, we got it. Your arms should be feeling nice and tired. Ten seconds. Really concentrate on your back. Make sure your back's nice and flat. 2 and 1 and rest. We have 1 to go. There's never any easy way to rest with this one either. All right, going in 3. Get ready. All right, here we go. We got it, ladies. Building that muscle. Good. Not much longer, 15 seconds. Last 5, right here. 2, 1, and rest. Nice, nice long rest. The next one, I'm going to give you an option. So if your shoulders are getting too tight to do the around the world, we could do a skull crusher instead. All right. So let me demo again the last one. So the around the world, again, back is nice and flat, same setup as you do in your chest fly. Weights can start together, bring them slightly overhead, not as much as the pullover, but slightly, and you make a big circle. So just slightly overhead, make a big circle. Now, if your shoulders are like, okay, we've done so much that I'm just gonna give up now, you can change this to a skull crusher. So bending at the elbows, and using the triceps. So you can even do a combination of the two. If you want to start out with the around the world and change it to a skull crusher, that's perfectly fine. It'll be a twofer. Okay, so get ready. All right, here we go. So skull crushers or an around the world, you decide. So slightly overhead. You should still be able to see your weights when you do these. So your weights are in your peripheral vision. This is working in the back, the shoulders, the biceps, the triceps, the chest, the whole enchilada. We probably should have started with this one. They look so easy, but they're so effective. All right, 10 seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Rest. So in your next round, you can switch it to a skull crusher. You can stick with the same. All right, we're going in 3. Get ready. go, so technically this is a French press if you're doing it with 2 weights. 1 weight would be a skull crusher, 2 weights is called a French press. Either way, same exercise, you're using your triceps. So for the sake of demo, I'll just stick with these. We're halfway, we got it. So if you are doing the skull crusher, make sure your elbows face forward. Don't let them come out to the side. 7 seconds. And rest. We got 2 more here, then we're moving it to the floor. All right, get ready. Round 3. So we'll switch back to the around the world. Weight slightly overhead, make a big circle. Nice job. Let me take a peek at you. Good, nice job. 15 seconds. Two and 1. 1 to go. All right, get ready. All right, here we go, last one. So skull crushers are around the world, you decide. We got it, ladies. Almost there, 15 seconds. Last 10 right here. Three, 2, 1, and done. Nice job. All right, core is next. We get the weights out of the way. I say that mostly for my benefit. Move this stuff out of the way. All right, so for the next set, we have 4 core exercises that we will be doing 3 times each for 30 seconds with a 10-second rest. So let me adjust my timer. I'll show you what we're doing. So it's going to be fast and furious for these core exercises. All right, so the first one is a Spider-Man plank. So I'm going to give you options. Make sure you can see me. That's better. So with the Spider-Man plank, you're in a tall plank, so shoulders are over elbows. Knee is going to come to opposite elbow. So when you do that, you have to keep your back flat. Try not to be up here and trying to get the knee to the elbow. You can also just hold up the plank and do toe taps. You don't necessarily have to do the Spider-Man. Then we're going to turn onto our backs. We have a toe touch crunch. So feet are going to be up, and you're going to reach towards those toes. So legs extended right from the hip. If they're too far down this way, you can't really get the benefit of the exercise. Then we'll switch it to bicycle crunches. So hands behind the head, rotating at the torso, elbow towards knee. If the legs mess you up, keep the feet on the floor and just concentrate on the upper body. And then the last one is a reverse crunch. So I'm going to give you options here as well. So with the reverse crunch, knees are going to come towards the chest, so using the lower abs. So try not to use momentum, trying to use the core. Our feet will come towards the ceiling. Now, if that's too much for you and you feel you're only feeling it in your back, switch to a leg lower. So really push the back onto the floor and use your lower abs to bring the legs back up. So those are our 4, 30 seconds apiece, 10 seconds rest. Repeat that same exercise 3 times. Do all that and talk. So get ready. Spider-Man plank is first, getting the bad boy out of the way. Get some water here. All right, 30 seconds. We got it. Shoulders over wrists. Back nice and flat. Knee to elbow. So in your plank, try not to bring your feet together. That makes your plank really difficult. Your feet should be shoulder width apart, just like your hands. Good, we got 10 seconds. Last 5, right here. 2, 1, rest. We're gonna do that again. All right, get ready. Here we go. Knee to elbow, or just toe taps and take a look at you. Thanks, Christine. You got it, ladies. Nice, Susan. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, rest. One more. All right, last one. Here we go. This feels really good after all those arm exercises. Nice work, ladies. We're halfway. 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Sit in child's pose if you like. Stretch out those arms. Stretch out the back. Catch your breath. Toe touch crunches are next. You can see everybody. Make sure I can see my timer. All right, on your back. Get ready. Here we go. Feet up in the air, back is flat on the mat. You're reaching right towards those feet. Big exhale as you come up. That reach is the important part because that's going to get your shoulders off the floor. 7 seconds. And rest. We have 2 more, just like that. All right, get ready. Here we go, reach up. Just your spine if you need to. I really need to paint my toenails again. We got it, ladies. Big exhale. 8 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Almost there. 1 more to go. All right, get ready. Feet up. Reach towards those toes. Nice job. 7 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Nice. Grab a sip of water if you need it. Bicycle crunches coming up. All right, get ready. Here we go. Back nice and flat. Rotate at the torso. Again, if the knees mess you up, just stick with the upper body. It's mostly important that we do that rotation in the torso. We have 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. The 10-second rest is getting shorter and shorter. All right, get ready. Here we go, round 2. Make sure you're not pulling on your neck. Hands are just lightly behind your head. We got it. Nice job, ladies. You got it. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. 1 more to go, and then just 1 more exercise. All right, last one. We got it. Make sure you're breathing. Again, feet can remain on the floor and just do the upper body. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Stretch out the abs if you'd like. Reverse crunches are next. So again, if you feel it, if you're only feeling it in your back doing the reverse crunch, switch to a leg lower, or you could switch to scissors. Both of those are good options for the lower abs. All right. Our last one, and then we stretch. All right, reverse crunches. Here we go. So knees can be at tabletop using your lower abs to bring your knees towards your chest, or legs are straight, pushing up toward the ceiling, or you're doing a leg lower. I'll just do them all. All right, we got 8 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. 2 to go. All right, get ready. Here we go. So really concentrate on contracting your lower abs. Sometimes that's easier said than done. And you don't have to do that many. So it's a very small movement. 8 seconds. Last 3. And rest. 1 to go. And then you get to lay on your back just for a little while longer. All right, last one. Here we go. Knees either into the chest, or your feet are reaching towards the ceiling, or you're doing a leg lower, or scissors, or halfway. Seven seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Nice. Let's stretch out those abs. Legs down. Arms up. Wiggle the spine. Stretch out the abs. Let's bring the knees to the chest, stretch out that lower back. Head can be up or down, whatever feels good for you. Sometimes I just like to give myself a big hug. Let's bring the knees down to one side. Look over opposite shoulder. With your opposite hand, really press down on your legs. To bring the knees to the floor, you'll get a nicer stretch in the back. And bring the knees to the other side. Good, bring it back to center. You're gonna come up to a standing, nice and slow. So roll to your side first, come to a seated position, and then slowly come on up. Adjust my camera again. And stretch out that chest. Bring the hands behind the back. And we'll stretch out those shoulders, bring one arm over. Nice work, ladies. Other side. And bring feet together, one arm up, big inhale, exhale. Really reach towards your fingertips. One reaches down, the other reaches up. Get a nice stretch in the psoas, which is your inner core muscle. Other side, big inhale. Exhale and reach. And release and shake it all out. And you are done. Nice job.